Every time I want to play a vehicle, I just blow S with that vehicle. Of all tanks to become a god in the German Tech 3 at battle rating 3.3, it's the Panzer 3M that I became a god in. I know that. That's not the guy I was dropping the RT for. Every time I want to play a vehicle, I just blow S with that vehicle. Every time I spawn the backup, or the vehicle that is meant to get me to that vehicle I wanted to play, I just become a god. Of all tanks to become a god in the German Tech 3 at battle rating 3.3, it's the Panzer 3M that I became a god in. And to be honest though, I know some of you players are really not surprised given the Panzer 3M, but over the last few years, ever since I played this thing for a video, there has been some unfortunate changes to the Panzer 3M. It's not really as strong as it used to be, but in the right hands, this thing can be a really nasty piece of work. Now let me break it down to you and then I will show you why. First things first, armor. You have 50mm right here, that is sitting underneath another 20mm plate with some nice spacing in between. Now normally, volumetric will make this thing an incredible piece of work. However, since the last time we played this thing for a video, like, has it been 3 years already? 3-4 years? Dang. Anyway, they did make a little bit of changes, so it's really not that OP anymore, overpowered anymore. I mean sure, with this additional plate, you can definitely bounce some shells, like some of the low caliber shells like the American 37mm on the Stuart tank, the British 40mm on the Valentine or the Churchill Mark 1. I mean hell, throw in the Soviet 45mm APH-EBC shell in there while you're at it. And if I'm not mistaken, even the T-34 3-inch gun, the L11 3-inch gun, will actually have difficulty penetrating this, provided that you are angled. However, some of the higher caliber guns like the Sherman 75, the T-34 76, KV-1S, or even the British 57mm, they can easily punch right through this even if you angle or not. So that's something you need to keep in mind. Though sometimes you do have a small chance of surviving if you angle. But here's the thing though. Players in the know, when they see you angle this thing, they may not be enticed to shoot this, but instead they might try and shoot this. No side armor, it's only 30mm. Even the Sherman 75mm APC-BC shell can definitely chew right through this. And if you're wondering, what happened to your side skirt armor? It should be a big help, right? Well, here's the thing though, if you have Winter Captain on for the sake of better mobility because of wider set of tracks, yeah, you will lose your additional side armor. But it's really not a big deal though, it's only 5mm. I mean, at the very most it's stopping high explosive rounds, but that's about it. And if you're thinking 35mm, right? It's still really not that protective if I'll be honest. But what kind of protection it does have is that, speaking of high explosive, yes, this thing will actually eat up the high explosive shell coming towards you. The C-122, M4A3-105, yeah, they're really not getting through this anytime soon. Which is why some players in the know will try and shoot in your turret hedge instead, which is something you need to be careful of. And speaking of the turret also received the same kind of upgrade as the upper front plate of your hull. You have 20mm that's sitting on top of another 50mm plate right here. And there's some areas around here that is very awkwardly positioned, so volumetric will definitely be a friend here for your turret armor. Unfortunately though, players in the know will try wait for you to point a gun at them, and then they can easily chew right through this when it's not angled in any way. And if you're wondering, can I treat this thing like the Stuck? You know, shoot the commander hash and everything, and then let the explosive mass do the work? Unfortunately, I recommend against doing that. The firepower of this thing? This is a 50mm KWK-39 cannon, which if I'm not mistaken is something like the Pak 40 being put into the Panzer Force. The same thing is happening here. It was a Pak 39 and then they basically made a smaller version of the Pak 39, a lighter version so they can fit inside the Panzer 3. If you have been playing the German faction in Moscow campaign in Enlisted, yes, that is that same Pak 39 that you've been building. There's the 50mm goes as pretty much every other Panzer 3 before this, as well as the Puma armor car. This is a shell that will be firing the Panzer Grenadier 39 armor piercing cap shell that pens only up to 106mm of armor. with only 17 grams of explosive mass. It's definitely a huge step down from the Panzer IVs. The Panzer IV F2 and the Panzer IV-G could pen up to 139mm of armor, and with the projectile mass of the gun, it does actually penetrate angles a little bit better, making Shermans and T-34s a bit of a paper tank. Unfortunately though, the 50mm will struggle against Shermans and T-34s, but that is assuming you have no idea what you're doing. Because firstly, at 3.3 battle rating, you will definitely see a lot of like 2.3, 2.7, 3.0 tanks that don't exactly have armor, that this cannon will definitely make short work of. However, if you see a T-34 or a Sherman tank, or even a KV tank, you have to be very careful. They don't exactly have weak spots on the front, or maybe the weak spots are like really small, so you have to pick your shots very carefully. And not to mention, again, you only have 17 grams of explosive mass. Yeah, this is something you need to keep in mind, because if you shoot at center mass, there is a good chance that the enemy tank may actually survive, with maybe 2 or 3 crewmen. Now you do have access to APCR, and if I'll be honest though, at this point, after a while playing the 50mm, I say don't even bother, because the tanks that you face, you can either penetrate them with your APC shell, or not at all. And not at all with the APCR. Like, you can't pen the Sherman or the T-34 upper front plate with the Panzer Grenadier 39. What makes you think the APCR is really going to do anything? And in the end, if you're facing Shermans and T-34s or whatever, you're just going to be shooting the weak spots like the T-34's turret, the M4A1 Shermans, like the curved sections of the tank, or the M4 Sherman and that really weird near 90-degree plate on the upper front plate. Yeah, you're not going to be using APCR either way. Now, you do have 2 machine guns, the 2 NG-34s, one in the turret, one on the commander hatch, which will definitely shred up any like open-top vehicles, especially like those irritating Soviet milk trucks. But I will still say though, you might want to bring a few high explosive just in case. Although I will say this though, there is a slight bit of risk if you bring this, because there isn't really a lot of explosive mass. There is a good chance that the open-top vehicle may survive. And all the other aspects of the gun, you can carry up to 84 rounds of ammunition. I say maybe bring less, maybe around 30 to 40 shells. Mainly because they're all down here in one congregated area, and even though this is supposed to be the first stage ammo, it's really not a huge deal, because firstly, enemy faces you from the front, they're gonna try and shoot your center mass shot right here. There's no ammo there. They shoot you on the sides, they're gonna be shooting somewhere around here to try and get a center mass shot. So not very likely will you actually get ammo right in this thing through the first stage ammo. Reloading rate 3.9 seconds or 4 seconds rounded off, which is actually pretty excellent, but granted I am running expert crew on with maxed out leadership and weapon reloading. But yeah, 4 seconds is actually pretty fast for 50mm. You are basically on par with some of the Stuart tanks, the 40mm British, like the Valentine and whatnot. You're more or less on par with them. And it's definitely gonna be a big help if you're not familiar with the armor penetration of the armor piercing cap shell of this thing. Vertical guidance, negative 10 gun depression, which is pretty excellent. Targeting speed 13 degrees a second is not too bad. And finally, no gun stabilizer, but the gun doesn't really bounce too much, so it's really not a big deal. You just can't fire on the move, that's all. And finally, my final thoughts on this thing. If I'll be honest though, like, the performance on this gun is like, it's a little bit like a Sherman, but even the Sherman is more forgiving than this thing, if I'll be honest. So maybe I say stick to the Panzer IVs with a long 75mm, and then come back and play this thing when you're a little bit more familiar with the tanks you face at 3.3 and above. Or you can be a total asshole and play the lower tier version, which is a 3.0 version of this thing. And that's all I gotta say about the Panzer 3M. Now let's take this thing out to battle, and hopefully I don't accidentally bring this thing to 3.7. I hear a T-34. Hurry up, hurry up. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, I face you enough times to know what exactly to do with you. Come on, keep driving. Oh my god, Panzer GG, do not shoot him. Fuck's sake. You done, game? You done? Yeah, I'm submitting a ticket after this. Wheels, buddy. You have got to be kidding me.
T34, 12 Uhr, im Nahbereich, wir wurden getroffen, Motorset in Flammen, Schiene aufgefüllt, Ziel zerstört.
No, never.
Fertig machen zum Motor. Panzer, 11 Uhr. Entfernung 550 Meter. Der Motor läuft wieder. Attention to the map. Die Scheibe ausgefallen. Ziel beschädigt.
Yeah, you wanna piss off? diese paar wieder durch. I will not go down. I got no ammo left. And that's all I can do. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I ran out of ammo. Hey, buddy. Get the fuck out of here, jackass. I wish you haven't been doing that. Hi.
Artillerieflager, Koordinaten, Delta, 4, niederhalten. Delta, 4, bestätige Koordinaten.
There's no way you didn't see me, dude. Oh, okay.
Angriffsziel erreicht.
This might be a terrible idea. Get the shit out of here, buddy. Anytime now, teammate. Anytime now. Anytime now. Yep, the guy, please. Oh, good. Yeah, this commotion kinda helping me. you come from? Oh no, I fucked up. Psych. Here I come to save the day. Hey, buddy. If all the tanks will die to a gurney kill you, really? And where's the gurney? That guy I'm more worried about. Found him. Oh dear me. Turn the armor, turn the armor.